The swivel just came back. Hello, everybody. We are live, and it says my orientation is locked. Oh, I see, because I'm filming from the wrong direction. So we have a little technical glitch, which I am frustrated by, but we're not going to be able to fix, which is that for some reason, Lord Laser has decided this is a good day to begin this kind of swivel that it's doing. I can't explain why. I have turned off all the effects, and yet it is doing anyway. So first question is, am I oriented right, or is this sideways for you guys? Because I can't tell if I'm supposed to be vertical or horizontal here. So if somebody who's watching could tell me whether I'm oriented correctly or whether I'm showing you a sideways view, then I can figure out whether to turn sideways or stay this way. Someone said it's fine?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, welcome to a special military operation directed at Mr. Speaker himself, Mike Johnson. We have a lot of police activity that I assume has nothing to do with us, but we will deal with any police activity that does have to do with us. Nope, the police are zooming by, unconcerned about Hymar the Golbo projector and Lord Laser. Hello?
Photo.
You want a photo? Of course.
Okay.
A passerby wants a photo with... Yeah, here we go. Don't look in the laser. Keep your eyes safe. Can you get a good picture zoomed in on him?
Yeah, just a second. Wait there.
Wait.
Come back.
So just to be clear, this was not staged. This is a genuine passerby. So we are live here on the mall, and we are here to remind Speaker Mike Johnson to hold a vote. And I am working on stabilizing the camera here. If this is, I am now balancing it on Lord Laser, and that should stabilize it a bit. We have the great Allegra running. Here, wait, show yourself. Allegra is running the projector. We've got running Lord Laser. We've got some messages. We've got some images. We've got some interested passersby. And here's what we need. We need you guys who are watching to take screenshots, video shots, and to share them, and to tweet them if you use Twitter, or share them on social media at your congressman, at Speaker Mike Johnson. We have some very pointed messages for the speaker this evening. We also have some irregular old standby images that we always use, and Allegra's going to cycle through them. We're not going to stay out here for too long today because the point here is mostly to get the images, and to have you guys get the images and start sharing them. There aren't that many, there's not that much street traffic down on the National Mall on a Sunday night. But it is cool that the people who are here seem engaged and interested and supportive of what we're doing. All right. You want to go on to the next one, Allegra? So I wrote these this afternoon. Allegra, if you have other ones you want to add, or Mariska, if you have ones you want to add, feel free. It's always easy to add text. Yeah, it's always easy to add text to Lord Laser. Um, and this one's the important one. Speaker Johnson has said that he is going to hold a vote on the Israel supplemental only this week. And so we want to ask, why not Ukraine? And no objection to holding a vote on the Israel supplemental, but there are a number of linked national security priorities in that supplemental that the administration sent up. By far, the most urgent of them is the Ukraine supplemental, without which the armed forces of Ukraine really are running out of ammunition. The Russians are not running out of ammunition because they are being resupplied with artillery by, among others, the North Koreans. And so the real question is, when the Russian lines fire, do we want the Ukrainian lines to be able to fire back? And such questions answer themselves, in my opinion. And if you agree, grab a screenshot of this slogan and send it to your congressman, send it to your senator, send it to Speaker Mike Johnson, and ask him, when you're holding votes this week on the supplemental, why not Ukraine? Ooh, so this one we're going to have to bring down a little bit because we do not want. See, here's where we are very law-abiding. On this side of 3rd Street, and you can see 3rd Street is where the traffic is going by. On this side of 3rd Street, we are under the jurisdiction of the National Park Service Police. And the National Park Service Police is one of our favorite police services in the Washington, D.C. metro area, because when we do special military operations, they don't even show up. And there is no greater service that we love in a police department than not showing up when we're projecting. On the other side of 3rd Street is the jurisdiction of the U.S. Capitol Police. And I will not say a bad word about the U.S. Capitol Police because they have the hardest frickin' job in Washington with all the insurrectionists and all that shit. But let's just say they're a little bit prickly about people showing up with lasers, and I don't blame them. But I am therefore very careful to keep our projection on this side of 3rd Street, which now means leaning a little bit forward. So you can see that car is driving on top of the top blue line of the Ukrainian flag here. You can see it going across 3rd Street there, and that is how we stay within the jurisdiction of the least prickly police service and stay out of the jurisdiction of the most prickly police service. But this image is redundant here because we've got HIMAR, the Gobo projector, projecting the Ukrainian flag already. And yes, the misshapen quality of that Ukrainian flag is because we are projecting at an angle onto the ground. If we turned it on a wall, it would be... Allegra, can you actually that actually solves the problem too. If we turned it on a wall, it would be a perfectly rectangular... Have a good evening. It would be a perfectly rectangular flag, as you have seen it in other images, like on the Russian embassy. But here pointed at the ground at an angle, and here you can see the projections coming from here. It's like 3 feet above the ground. It ends up being a little bit distorted. We forgive it for that. We get the nice image of it with the Capitol, which is not only in the background, but the workplace of House Speaker Mike Johnson, to whom we want to send a message this evening. And what is that message? It's why not hold a vote this week? Not sometime in the indeterminate future, not never, not when you say the Senate bill is dead on arrival. I see while we've been standing here, the Senate bill has been released. So we now actually have text of it. I have not read it yet, but I will when I go home. All we're saying is please give the Ukraine supplemental the same treatment that you are giving the Israel supplemental. Give the full president's national security priorities, including the most urgent one, the one that, like, a lot of lives are literally on the line right now, the same attention that you're giving to the Israel supplemental. All right. Ooh, so that one is going to be hard to see. This is my friend Nikita Tidov's angry map. It is the Ukrainian map with a machine gun sticking its middle finger up in the air. It is not sticking its finger up at the Capitol, and we wouldn't want anybody to think it was. It's facing the same direction as the Capitol, sticking its middle finger up at Russia. All right, let's run through the slogans first so that we get the videos of those. Yeah. This one requires no explanation at all. It is self-explaining. Please share it. Please tweet it at Speaker Mike Johnson if you're on Twitter. Please send an email with a video clip of it. Reach out to your congresspeople, reach out to your senators, particularly if your senators are Republicans. It's important that Democrats hear from you too, but if you are in a jurisdiction with a Republican senator, make sure they know you care about this. You know, a lot of people care, and people might not know that you care. And this is the difference between constituencies that merely care and constituencies that announce it, that say it loudly, is that one gets taken more seriously than the other. One gets listened to. Tell people you won't vote for them if they don't do this. Tell people that you'll contribute to their opponents. Tell people that you'll campaign against them. These are the things that get people's attention. And no, I do not know why it's swiveling and waving like that. It's just a weird thing that Lord Laser has decided to do today. This is the big message of the day, folks. It is directed at one person and one person only, House Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana. I make no comments about him. I know a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about him. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just asking him, let the House vote. The majority is there. an overwhelming majority is there from both parties. Most people support the Ukraine aid package. Most people in the United States by a considerable margin, according to all the polls. And most people in the Congress. I think you would have a 70% vote in the House with a strong bipartisan majority. It is up to one person whether this vote happens. That's Speaker Mike Johnson. And I think what he really wants this evening is to hear from you all. All right, should we run through the first two again now that we're... All right, I got a little emotional when I was writing these, and it bothers me. I'm just going to be... Sorry?
Yulia joined.
Who joined?
Yulia.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Look, I want to be frank. I got a little emotional when I was writing these, and the movement that opposes Ukraine aid is essentially a movement that purports to speak in the name of real America. And Tucker Carlson is in Moscow this evening. I'm here on the Capitol, in front of the Capitol, with Allegra and Maria. Hey! And I just want to say, real Americans, we can fight about who is a real American or anything, but I just think real Americans don't betray allies. It's a really simple proposition. So if Tucker still had his show and he wanted to have me on his show to argue about that, I would probably decline. But that's the way I feel about it. I was lying in bed writing slogans today, and this one came to mind because, it's at least who we should be. And Speaker Johnson, we're going to find out if that's who we are. So, cheerio. All right, one more message to Speaker Johnson. And it's the one we started with. Why not Ukraine? You want border security? All right. Why not have a vote on the Ukraine aid supplemental? We know, everybody knows that the votes are there to pass it. Why not have a vote? Why not? All right. That's all the written material, right? All right. So I think what we should do is turn off for the images. The images will actually look better without the Ukrainian flag, because you have to unplug it. No, that switch will make it turn upside down. But the images are complicated enough that you're going to want to... Here, if you hold this, I can take care of it. So hang on, folks. We're gonna do some of the... we're a lot closer to the Capitol than we were last time I was here. So we're going to repeat some of the images just to get better shots of them.
Ooh, that looks good.
Okay. Do you want to come back here, or do you
Yeah,
want to...
I'll go back.
Yeah, so we're doing this actually without a tripod today, which is stupid. But, guerrilla operations, I am literally resting this iPhone that I'm doing this from on top of Lord Laser, which is nice because it keeps my hand warm. All right, let's run through these. Uh-oh. It's the Kremlin eating itself.
Oh, it's a Kremlin. Wow.
Yeah, in the
But it's hard to guess.
yeah, in the original image, it's very clear what it is, but then, when I have to program the laser to do it, it becomes less clear. But I like putting it on the top of the embassy. It's
Oh, makes sense. At least it will a little bit terrify them.
it looks, if you look at the image of from Berlin, they have a tower, and I put it at the top of the tower.
Wow.
And it looked great. All right, let's cycle through them. That looks very good here.
Russians, they're very superstitious, so they may think that the previous image was kind of a cursed.
Well, may it be so.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, this one's also can be a little bit hard to see, and but yeah, so that one, so Allegra, do you know how to make it rotate? This one looks wonderful when you spin it. So you have, no, you have to go to, so if you go to settings, and then you go to, hang on, I'm gonna reach in over you.
Sorry.
Image. No, I don't see it. All right, we're not going to do that one tonight. Sorry, folks. We will spin this one on the ambassador's house on on February 24th. So for the English speakers, this is the Ukrainian flag and the American flag and the Tower of Kiev and the Statue of Liberty and the words together and razom, which means together in Ukrainian. So these images were, of course, designed not to project near the U.S. Capitol, but to project on the Russian embassy. They are particularly designed to be antagonistic to Putinistas. And a lot of these are, as many of you know, drawn by Nikita Titov, who joined us for one of the operations where we projected all of them joined us from Kiev and talked about the images. And again, we are keeping the projection on the north side of 3rd Street where we are not going to antagonize the poor U.S. Capitol Police who have their hands full with crazy insurrectionists and the like, and have asked me not to project on the Capitol grounds. So I am always try to be respectful of that. This is my favorite of the Trizub images. The more you look at it, the more there is going on in it. And I encourage people to take a look at the original. I had to simplify it a lot for projection purposes. But so this is perhaps the most important image for purposes of today. And, you know, the question is really whether we're going to keep faith with that. The administration wants to, has done everything in its power to do so. The majority of both houses of Congress want to. The majority of the American people want to. And the real question and the reason we're here this evening is whether a single person in the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, is going to allow the House to vote to keep faith with this image. Yeah, let's run through them one more time and then I think we can shut it down. I think we've gotten all the, let's do one more, let's just do one more of everything, do the slogans and then do the, so I'm gonna not talk during this last round so that we have some video that's just the images and the ambient noise. You can make that one a lot bigger. Yeah, just the regular zoom should keep going. That's as big as it gets. Actually, that was nice big. Yeah, that looks lovely. So I know some of you are wondering how large this image is, and it's actually deceptively large. It runs for 4 blocks, right? We're right near 7th Street, and the top of it is down at 3rd Street. So it's running 3 blocks long, for 3.5 blocks long. Yeah. There aren't too many places where you can shine these images with this kind of a screen to capture them on. It's an uninterrupted expanse of grass with basically no foot traffic at night. So you're not putting anybody at risk by shining lasers on it, and you've got the US Capitol in the background. It's pretty glorious.
Not too much ambient lighting in the city either.
That's right. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Allegra just made a very good point that there's not very much ambient light from the city. So all you have is the occasional jogger, and you do got to be careful not to shine it in the wrong place, but it is remarkable how good fidelity the imaging gets on the lawn of the Capitol. All right, we're gonna. This is the great shot for the evening, folks. So please screenshot it. And this is what we want people to take away, that, there is a bond here. It is a bond that is real, and we are seriously in jeopardy right now of violating it. And all we are here asking the speaker to do is to give members the chance to vote. And we think, given the chance, they will, I have no doubt of what the outcome would be. And of course, this is the victory sign on top of the Ukrainian flag, which it is still our privilege to hope for and to contribute to. Again, we have a choice whether to contribute to it. And here's hoping the speaker does the right thing. And this is a great image to close on. This is my favorite of the Trizub images of Nikita Titov. whom someday I would like to actually meet in person. Um, and But I will. He described this image to me as about healthcare workers in Ukraine, and I hope it moves some people in that building. All right, I think we are done. We have projected the images that we wanted to. We've projected the slogans that we want. Stay safe, be healthy, and let's make these images do some work, folks. I will send around the versions of them myself. The people I'm with, Allegra and Mariska and others, have taken pictures while I've been standing here projecting. So we will circulate some high quality stills and some videos. And but feel free to grab screenshots. All property rights, intellectual property rights in these images are waived by everyone concerned. So please use them. Please use the slogans and share them with everybody you've ever met. Make yourself annoying with them. Thanks, folks.